evening to everyone. A very heartful welcome to all of you. Thank you for joining us today, and we deeply appreciate your support for us. As you all know, Hold was created with an intention to create an online support for women going through different phases of life by creating awareness on various topics that affect women's health with the help of experts in the field of medicine and wellness. And so today we are starting with our new series in relation to this, which is called as Hold and More, where we will be focusing on approaches to women's wellness, which are not from the field of medicine, but still, can contribute to benefit us in our overall well-being. So first session is knowing more about Pilates. And before I invite Bhairavi to introduce our expert guest, I would just like to remind you that our session is recorded, and all those who have missed our previous sessions, they can find our sessions recording on our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on social media so that you come to know about our next session. And we also have our website where you will find all the information over there. So thank you once again for joining, and over to you, Bhairavi.
Thank you, Anjali. Thank you very much. So Pilates, like Anjali said, is what we are going to look at today. And we have with us Rucha. Hi, Rucha. Okay, maybe she'll just join.
Yeah, can you see me now?
Yes. Hi, Rucha. See, Rucha is all ready with the mat and the posture, like.
Yes, I'm all set. Super looking forward.
Yeah. So a little bit about Rucha. I know Rucha through a friend. She's my very good friend's sister-in-law. And I've known her for 20 years now.
The sister-in-law, yes.
Yeah. Over 20
Okay.
years, yeah. Yeah. And because of her, Rucha. And Rucha has a lot of followers on Insta. I think 44K almost.
Yeah.
So we know how popular she is. She has her own Pilates studio in Pune. She has another one she recently opened last month, right? In
Yes.
Kolhapur. Because I remember that time I was with her in Abu Dhabi and we were talking about it, right? And I think next one on its way in Pune, Rucha?
Yes, soon.
So she has trained almost, I think, more than 1,000 people till now. More, I'm
Yeah.
sure much more. In fact, today, she was telling me just today, she's trained 26 people since morning. Before she
from 6 a.m. till in the afternoon.
Amazing, amazing. Rucha, please tell us about you.
Right, so that was a little mat session.
That was a great workout. I'm sweating a lot. Yeah. Want to catch a breath. Yes. That's very good.
In these 15 minutes, we did not run, we did not jump, we did not do anything that our knees and our backs don't like, and still we got the heart rate going up and we got the sweat, which means we worked some major muscles in a very systematic and beautiful way. So it's about the quality, not the quantity of the workout, right? 10 minutes. True. Imagine doing 1 hour of this. So, and just to let you know a little bit more about what we did just now, we mobilized your shoulders, your hip, we activated the deep core muscles, and we did some strength work for the glutes because women love to work our lower body more than anything else. And we did some push-ups. So yes, that was today's workout. Ooh. Yeah, that was a small teaser of what a mat Pilates class can be like.
So tell us something more about how you landed doing Pilates and how it is directly, I think you believe that it is good for women. So tell us a little more about that.
Yeah, definitely. So, first of all, I think I really want to talk just 2 minutes about the history of Pilates, because people don't really know what and how Pilates has come in the picture, how it started. So, as the name suggests, Pilates was started by this German boxer yogi named Joseph Pilates, that you must have known by now. So he was a kid who had rickets, who was a very weak kid, and he designed this. He was this really intelligent, gifted kid, and he designed his way of workout to work on himself, to work on his weaknesses. And then, so he was brilliant. He started training people when he was very young, and then he was a soldier, a warrior during World War II days.
Hmm.
England when the World War was at its peak. So because he was a German in England, he was put in prison.
Hmm.
So they're all talking about World War II now. And when he was with other prisoners of the war, the injured warriors, he started using his method to train these soldiers. And he used to call it contrology, not Pilates. He used to call it contrology because it means taking control of your entire body. Okay, so in Pilates, we say that don't be at the mercy of your body, be in control of it. So it's contrology. He started training and they started getting their strength back. And they loved his work. Hitler found out about this. And when he was released from the prison, went back to Germany, Hitler wanted him to join the Nazi army. But because he was fled to the US of it, he fled to New York. That's where he met his wife Clara on the ship to New York. He started his work in a building where there was a ballet studio in the building itself.
Okay.
So all the ballerinas going up and down used to see him doing all this weird work. Also, interesting part, when he was in the jail, he designed his reformer using a jail bed.
Okay.
He moved the springs, a few springs from here and there, and he attached them. And that is how the first reformer was designed in the jail, literally that raw. And then it was made into a fine reformer, the reformer that we see in the studios now. That is how the reformer came in the picture. Well, now you're in America, in New York, and these ballerinas used to watch him teach this method, and they started going to him. And they loved the way they started getting strength, started working on their injuries. So his first generation students were all ballerinas. So Pilates formed by dancers, by ballerinas. Okay, so there is a beautiful saying, when you do Pilates, you get the strength of a warrior and the grace of a dancer.
Yeah.
On the warriors, on the soldiers, and it was reformed by the dancers. And they called it because of Joseph Pilates. He used to call it contrology. He never gave it his name.
Okay.
Now
Rucha, before you go further, would you like to sit somewhere, because you're moving a little bit, so your voice, we're missing out few words from you. So would you like to sit somewhere and take your phone or just relax closer to the phone? Yeah, that works.
Now,
Yeah.
can you hear?
Yes, we can hear you, but we're missing out a few words in between. So probably you can go slower. The internet will catch continuously, I think. I don't know what is the glitch, but I'm just suggesting something. Yeah.
If there's anything, you just please let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was started in New York. It wasn't that popular. He used to go to different gyms and introduce his method to people, but they were not really keen. They were like, whatever this man is doing. One of his first generation Pilates instructors, whose name was Ron Fletcher, now it's called Pilates. He took Pilates to Beverly Hills. What Beverly Hills means. So when Hollywood was attracted to it, and that is how Pilates started becoming popular. That is how the Hollywood actors started doing Pilates, and that is how it spread. Similarly, so then basically Ron Fletcher was the reason why it went to Hollywood. And then because there's no looking back, it just became so popular. Then now we have our Bollywood women do it. That's how it became popular in India as well. So
okay.
About Pilates, so that now you know what and how it came from.
So how it came to your life?
My life. It's a very good question. So, I had no background of Pilates. I was a flight attendant with British Airways.
Okay.
Flew for 10 years, and while I was flying, and then I had my baby, and when I flew till he was 3 years old. But when I went back to flying after having a baby, I had a lot of backache. And you know how our jobs are, we wear high terminals in them, so the back wasn't getting better. That is when one of my British colleagues, she took me to a Michael King Pilates studio in London. That was my first interaction with Pilates. And I knew that Pilates is a thing in Mumbai. People are doing it, actors are doing it. But Pune, where we live, there's nothing. And I think for me, the way it worked on me, it was love at first sight. And I just knew that this is what I want to do. And I want to bring Pilates to Pune. That is how it started. I don't have a background in medicine and anatomy. So I registered myself for American College of Sports Medicine, the CPT program of that. And that was it took 2 years for me to do that. It is a long, very, very comprehensive, very detailed study of anatomy, physiology, human biomechanics, pathologies, body pathologies.
Wow.
A huge, yes. And then I met Yasmin Karachiwala, who's in Mumbai now. And we all started flying. None of them were master trainers then in India. We started flying. The reason why Pilates is in my life, her name is Anne Thoran. She runs studios in Manhattan. We used to fly her from the US to Mumbai to certify us.
Okay. Wow.
That's how my first certification, then came back to Pune, started teaching in the gym, in all gyms now, mat classes, and took a small place where people used to come with their mats and roll their mats out, because that time it was like, oh, I can't have a reformer. It's just so much of an investment. People won't show up. And then I don't know, but then I thought, why not? It's time now. Pune needs to see what reformers are like. And I bought my first reformer with my husband's help. I mean, he did help me a lot. I wouldn't have been able to do it otherwise. A small 500 square feet, small apartment, set up a reformer there. And women who used to do my mat classes in different gyms, they really liked it. So they started coming to me. So I started with 3 women. And I think today, maybe we've had over 400 clients. So it has been,
that's good.
We couldn't fit in the room place. So we had to move into a bigger room where we could put 4 reformers. Then that place wasn't enough. So now we have a full-fledged big studio. And I can proudly say that we have everything that is available in the Pilates world at our studio now. And it's taken, and we were the home for Pilates. So many teachers came, they're part of our team, they work with us, then they started their own studios, different places. Now it's everywhere, but I think I'm very happy and proud. I have a chip of being the pioneer in the city.
So nice to hear your story, Rucha. Bhairavi also mentioned to me that you work with medical professionals.
Yes. So that is where my ACSM CPT degree comes in picture. My certification, my education with that. So I'm not a physiotherapist. So I don't do rehab. Like if you have had an ACL tear or a whatever, slip disc, okay, or I will not work with you directly on that. I'm not allowed to diagnose a condition that's beyond my scope of practice. But as a Pilates practitioner, you come to me once you're cleared for rehabilitation, post-injury. Then we start working around your joints, your problem area. So suppose it's a knee injury we're talking about. Me as a Pilates practitioner, I come into the picture where I start working on the muscles that pull on your kneecap, that act on your knees.
Okay.
Abductors, the muscles that hold your kneecap together. We strengthen that. So we are licensed to work around your problem area. So I do work with a lot of orthos here in Pune, Dr. Sachin Tapasri, Dr. Ajay Kothari, all these spine surgeons and knee replacement people. And we've had some really good success with rehabs here. Of course, I do have a Pilates physio in the studio too, because I personally really cannot now do one-on-ones with rehabilitation. So, but it's, I mean, the way Pilates works is great. We also, 2 years back, I got certified to work with post-breast cancer rehabilitation. So when only women have the breasts are removed. There's a lot of work we need to do about the balance. It's a whole, imagine a big chunk of your body is going away.
Wow.
You know, the hand up is a scar tissue everywhere. So we work on that. That's where we come into the picture. So that is rehabilitation. A lot of prenatals, postnatals, a lot of menopausal women in the studio. Works great, great. So yes. So
Good to
that's
hear.
about my journey with Pilates. I just want to say something here. If I'm not a big educator or anything, but I want to say that if you want to do something, it's never too late. Please do it. I was in a completely different field before this. And now I'm completely in Pilates. And I started so late when I was a mom, when I, my youth was all flying. I had no base, no background. We are the most successful brand of Pilates when it comes to not just Pune but also India. So if you're passionate about your work, you just do it. It doesn't matter how old you are. You just go for it.
So nice to hear that, Rucha.